Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 22 Challenge Mode, the series where we do like to make things extra hard for ourselves by throwing in some extra additional rules that just really are not very kind. And it's a very tight season. The performance in the field has really closed up. We're only racing with points for the top 6 places this year. And it's tough. It's tough to get points. We got a really great start, and we haven't really done a lot since then. We got a 1-2 in the opening race. Or was it a 1-3? I think it was a 1-2. We got a 1-2 in the opening race of the season, and we've just picked up a couple more points, 2 more points since then, and we've lost a lot of ground. But we have got a couple of new upgrades on the car for this race, so hopefully we'll be a little bit more competitive. Evening Farah, evening Marcel, Mr. Watter, good to see you guys. So yeah, there you can see we've had our new front wing come on. We've also put on the new underfloor. These are minor upgrades that we've added to the car, so they're not going to give us huge gains in performance, but they will give us a little bit of a boost. And so that's where we currently sit at the moment. Our dirty air cornering definitely needs a little bit more work in terms of the low speed. That is lagging quite significantly compared to everything else. We do still need to work on engine cooling as well, and if we can get our speed up a little bit more, that would be nice. But that's where we stand going into this Grand Prix. So let's go ahead and set our targets. So both cars in Q2 is the incentive. We should easily do that. I'm going to try and get both cars into the top 10. I think we've got enough pace, but it is, as I said, very tight. And we'll try and get both cars into Q3, which is the same as 2 in the top 10. Finish position, 1 car in the top 8. We should manage that. I'm hoping we can get a couple of points out of this Grand Prix. I am going to go for the fastest lap. And these are the streaks. We just need to get 2 to qualify in the top 10 for 2 more races. And 1 top 10 finish for 1 more race to earn some nice extra cash. Right, let's head to Imola.
The hills of Tuscany are green to the south, but here in Imola the air is red hot. Welcome to Ferrari's turf for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. The track has been around since the 60s, but the first official Formula One race was held here in 1980. Let's see what excitement lies ahead this year. This is Imola, and it's an old school track with plenty of elevation changes and lots of corners. There's only one DRS zone here, but it follows the long straight right before Tamburello and should see plenty of action. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. So, without further ado, let's get started.
All right. So here we are at practice. This is race 4, so this will be Felipe's turn to sit out, I believe. Let's go ahead and put Isaac in for Felipe. And let's see. Car parts, we're not going to change any parts over yet. Oh wow, the gearbox is already taking a battering on that car. And the engine as well, it's taking a bit of a knock. That's not ideal. Run plan for Imola is 20 laps. And we're going to drop the fuel load. Not the fuel load, sorry, the pace settings, as we always do. And let's have a look at getting these cars set up. So we'll start with car number 2. Let's go with... Actually, let me have a quick look at the other one as well. Okay, so that one's going to be a more... it's probably going to be a 6, a 13, a 6.4, a 3.4, and a 0. That's going to be our starting setup for Freddie's car. Going back to the second car, this one we're going to go with a 3.7, which will be a 7, 12.5, 3.7, a 3.5, and a 0.1. There we go. Let's send them off into practice.
Radio check.
Radio check.
It is green now.
So, while our drivers make their way out to start their practice runs, let's talk F1 Manager 23. They announced details today. An announcement trailer has been launched. We've got a release window of summer 2023, which is anywhere from June, July or August. I was saying that I think it's going to be August. So that kind of ties in with what I was thinking it was going to be. And on the face of it, not a huge amount has changed. The UI has had a little bit of a tweak. Nothing substantial. Nothing, earth-shatteringly different. Most of the UI is going to have the same kind of feel, just refreshed a little bit. But they have added in some new stuff. Sprints are going to be a part of the next game. Obviously we're going to have the updated tracks, so we'll have the updated Barcelona, the updated Singapore, and we're also going to have, I would imagine, the upgraded Jeddah, because they changed the left-right chicane at the end of the second DRS straight this year. They made that a little bit different, so I imagine that should get carried across into the new game. And obviously we're going to get Las Vegas. That's going to be in the game as well. No China. That will not be in the game. Even though it was announced and then cancelled, that will not be in the game. So no China as part of the calendar. What else? They have made some changes to the junior drivers program, so now the F3 and F2 seasons will be fully simulated, and I believe we'll be able to see those results when they run alongside Formula 1 at certain weekends. So when we go back after this session and we get the results, you will also see at the end of qualifying a race, you'll see a results tab for F2 and F3 as well. I have seen a little bit of gameplay, not a huge amount, and I've seen obviously some screenshots, read the press release on their website. They've added in a new driver confidence mechanic, which is something I was talking about 6 months ago, saying would be a good thing to put into the game, would be a driver confidence thing. That is now going to be a part of it. How that's going to work, don't really know yet. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see. It looks as though if a driver's got lower confidence, it will have a slightly negative impact on some of their stats, which is kind of, I think, the right way to implement it, maybe. They are going to add in a reliability factor. So when you create parts, you'll now be able to work on durability of parts, and they'll be spec'd to should last X amount of miles or X amount of kilometers. How that is going to play in terms of the actual reliability mechanic, I'm not entirely sure yet. Are we going to get random failures? I don't know. That would be awesome if we do get random failures, but we'll have to see. It looks as though staffing wise not a lot's going to change, so you're still going to get a head of aero, head of technical. They are adding in a new role for sporting director, which will allow you to manage your pit crew, and you can plan their training schedules. So it does look as though you can actually train the pit crew a lot more in depth this time, rather than just say, okay, just work on this or work on that. You can get really down into the nitty gritty. So when it comes to working on tyres, you can work on tyres in general, or you can work on taking wheels off the car or putting wheels on the car, getting wheels out of the way so that the next wheel can go on. There's going to be little breakdowns of subcategories within categories, which is kind of cool. You can really push them hard in training, which means they should theoretically get good, but quicker, but they will also get tired. And when they're tired, they are more likely to make a mistake in a race. Now, how that mistake thing is going to work, whether it's going to be fully animated or not, I'm not too sure. Hoping it will be. No idea whether they've actually added in an animation for front wing changes. I really hope they have. That definitely needs to be a thing. It does look like a couple of other mechanics have changed a little bit. So the driver push mechanics with the ERS, I think that's been tweaked. This bit here, that looks to have been tweaked a little bit more now. So there's lots of little changes here and there. Nothing earth-shatteringly big. We need more information, really, at this stage. And at some point we will get it. It's just a question of when. I will be getting the game as at launch, just because I love the game, and so I'm keen to move on to the next one. Whether or not it's going to be worth it, I don't know at this stage. Like I said, we need more information as to whether this is going to be worth paying full price for, or if it's going to be a game that's going to be a case of wait for a sale because there's not enough stuff changed. All I've done is change the tyres. That's not good. We need to know more before we can make that determination. But yeah, I'm excited to see more. I'm hoping that there are other. I know there are other changes that they haven't talked about yet. So we'll have to see how those work out. There is going to be a brand new game feature as well called Race Replay, which apparently will allow you to relive elements of the current season. Have I just sent him back? I have. Oh, God damn it. I'm not concentrating properly here. Let's call him straight back in again. But yeah, this. I think the closest thing I can think of is EA did it with FIFA a while back. I don't think they've done it for a while, but you can actually replay match weekends from the actual current season, and change the course of history. It looks as though it's going to be something like that, where you can rerun races from this year's calendar. Whether it means from the start or whether it means you'll pick it up partway through, whether it'll be like a scenario kind of thing, like you've got 20 laps to go, can you get Alonso to win the race instead of finishing on the podium, or I don't know. We'll have to see. Like I said, we need a lot more information at this point, but the teasers that they've thrown out are interesting. Just have to see what else is going to be unveiled. Oh, great. Now I have no idea, because I sent the guy out. I have no... we were at 74. Let's revert. Revert back to that, and then just wait for that change to happen. Now it should give me the values. There we go. That's better. So we can change that. Let's change that to a 4.6. Let's see. Let's push that out a bit like that. Do I want to go to an 8 on the front wing? Well, not really. I mean, it could be an 8. I'll leave it where it is, I think. Let's see, can I make any other... No, actually, no, I'm going to have to make that tweak. There we go. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, now that's not a 13. That's going to have to be a 12.5 then. That needs to change, so I'm going to push that up to a 7. We did have an optimal just there on the camber. I'm going to need to change this. I'm going to go with a 5.5. That's not going to be enough either. Let's go to a 4.6. Push that back to there. Alright, we'll give that a try. Put on some fresh tyres, even though we don't really need to. So yeah, I mean, if you want to see the announcement trailer, obviously you can find that on YouTube, or you can go to their website, f1manager.com. There's some screenshots which leaked out a few days ago on Reddit. But they're on there as well. There's a breakdown on the website of some of the new stuff that we've talked about. And there is a gameplay video. I think it was GameFAQs that did it. It was like a I can't remember which video it was, but there is a video that does actually show a little bit of gameplay. It's not a huge amount. It's only like a couple of laps of Oscar Piastri chasing down the car in front of him. But in the new Mercedes. So apparently it's going to be a new camera angle as well, in the camera angle choices. But I haven't seen that yet. Alright, looking at the leaderboards, Ricciardo's looking quick. Hamilton's up there again, along with Sainz, Perez, Russell, Verstappen, Norris. Look how tight that is, the top 7, less than 2 tenths.
Did someone run wide there?
It's very close. It's going to be another interesting race. It's going to be another tight field.
I think someone's run wide.
Could be another DRS train on the main straight, with little overtaking taking place. Hopefully we'll be able to make some moves. We shall see. We've got a maximum 100% setup for Freddie. What can we do to tweak this car here? Okay, front wing is only good, so that's going to need to change. Let's drop it to a 7. Let's go like, oh, that is not right. Let's go 5.5. I'm going to pull that to a 6.5 actually, I think. Push that to there. Yeah, we'll try that.
How does it feel? The checkered flag is now out.
Okay, so we've got Felipe back. We're going to go hard tyres in this session. We're going to go with a 26 lap run, I think, for Freddie. That should be enough. We can always stretch that an extra couple of laps if we need to. Felipe's going to have to run for pretty much the entire session to get some track knowledge in, so we're going to get him to run for 42 laps. And drop his pace. We've made the changes to his car. Hopefully they're going to be good. Let's see how we do.
Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, should be green now.
One thing I didn't see in the footage, because it was only using the named drivers on the grid, not any young drivers, but I'd love to see, or anyone who'd swap teams, but it'd be nice to see that they've actually got multiple helmet options for when drivers move teams. And I really hope that they've got a bigger selection of heads available as well. I don't know if they're still working on stuff that needs to be added in. One thing I did see was that while watching the couple of laps worth of Norris running around and failing to overtake someone, there was some extra audio for Piastri, not Norris, sorry. There was a little bit of extra audio for Piastri, which is good. Now these are, a named driver on, a first team driver. It makes sense that there would be a little bit more audio for them to capture and throw in the game. I'm hoping they'll add more in before the launch, or at least, maybe post-launch, add in a few more lines, because, they can build up a little bit of a library between now and release from the first half of the season of comments that they can use in the game. I really hope that we're going to get a much bigger selection of driver heads modelled, rather than just the main drivers for each team. I'd like to see reserve drivers and young drivers in F2 at least get heads so that they can be seen on the podium. Ideally F3 as well would be nice, but we'll see. One thing I did notice, and again I don't know if this is just simply because it's a pre-launch build and they're yet to add those assets in, is that the mechanic for Piastri is the same mechanic for Lando in the current game, and that's not a real engineer head. So that's not a picture of a genuine member of McLaren staff. That is a new gen head, because that head will pop up on other staff from time to time, as did as do some of the other ones as well. At least I don't think that's a genuine head for him. So yeah, I really hope that they've sourced more accurate details for some of the personnel, because none of Aston Martin's staff was genuine. The engineers aren't genuine. They're both in this game. They're both new gens. Or at least their headshots aren't. Greg, I'm not sure if he's genuine or not. He might be. I've not seen him duplicated yet. And the head of aero is a new gen as well. So yeah, there's one possible accurate headshot in the Aston Martin starting staff, for this version of the game. So that really needs to be improved, and it's not just them. Like I said, McLaren have got some fake staff. That information's got to be out there. I mean, if they can do it for all the smaller teams and they can't do it for McLaren or Aston Martin, two very big teams, yeah, that needs to change.
Let's take a look at the replay. Let's have a look here.
That's not good. Felipe just parks up on the gravel. That will hurt his track gain, so that'll flatten his curve. There it goes, flattened down. Oh, how long did Resty get to? Resty got to 70%. I could have probably done him an extra couple of laps. It'll do. We can just run him slightly longer in the next session if we need to. He ran for about 30% on 26 laps, so we can do 27, 28 just to be certain on the next session. Very close between Verstappen and Bottas this session. Russell's up there as well. So Mercedes have definitely improved if they're running close. And they're on mediums at the moment. But it looks like they've just gone out on mediums.
We've just had a crash on the track.
So Mercedes could definitely be a force to be reckoned with in this race.
We've had a crash.
That's Norris with a whoopsie.
We've just had a car run wide.
Felipe.
Let's have a look. So this was the Aston Martin. Oh dear, oh dear.
At least he didn't stop, so it's not going to flatten his curve again. It's not ideal.
Sounds like a single car.
Gasly's crashed now. A few cars struggling at turn 7, as always. Tosa is just one of those corners. Let's keep him out there. Seeing as he lost some of that potential XP gain earlier, we need to squeeze as much out of this session as we can. Here we go. We should get him to about 50 by the time he gets back in the garage. Maybe just more. So yeah, Russell looking very quick, as is Bottas. Very, very close to Verstappen's time there. And there is a definite difference in tyres as well. So yeah, this could be very interesting. So medium tyres for this run. So Felipe is going to need to run for the whole 42 laps again. Hopefully he won't throw it into the gravel again. And Freddie is going to run for 28 laps just to be safe. Right, there we go. Both our cars are at 100%, so we can just send them out and leave them to it.
Radio check.
So pretty much everybody on soft tyres so far, and once again, Ferrari are struggling compared to the front of the grid. Wow, look at Alpine throwing it up there. Oh man, look how tight this is. The top 10 separated by less than 3/10. Oh, this is going to be such a tight qualifying. I don't know whether to go for a 2-stop now in this race or whether to try and stick it out on the 1-stop. Guess it depends on how well we do in quali. If we've got really strong quali pace, I may go with a 2-stop, go medium soft soft. If we've got poor pace, we'll 1-stop it and just try and hang on to the front runners as much as we can. That is a big lap for Ferrari. Oh, God damn it, Felipe,
So this is the
again.
Aston Martin.
Same corner. Oh, he's damaged the car now as well. That's the underfloor.
They've locked up and gone straight on.
Yeah, there it is. This is why I emergency manufactured 3, because I knew we were going to break an underfloor at some point this weekend. It's so easy done on these curbs. Once again, that has flattened out the curve for Felipe. Freddie's good. But Felipe is going to have to run a fair bit longer yet. Right to the end of the session again, I think. It's just putting more mileage on an already slightly worn out car. Okay, we're almost done. We've got him at 15. There we go.
The checkered flag is now out.
And again, by the time he gets back to the garage, he'll be close to 100, if not on 100. So, Ferrari pulling out a quick lap. Hamilton, if that is an accurate lap time on hards, that is scary fast. Oh, 98. I thought he'd be higher than that. Okay. Still got the 15 out of 15, so that's the important thing. Let's have a look at car parts. Is there anything that we really need to think about changing? I'm looking at that gearbox and going, is it going to last? Gearboxes wear out very quickly with Honda. Very quickly indeed. I'm going to stick with it and yeah, I hope it's going to be okay. We've got 3 sets of tyres. I don't think we can get away with our ideal tactic of just using 1 set of tyres for each session. One set of tyres for the first 2 sessions. So I'm going to start Q1 and do a lap on mediums to give me an extra set of softs to play about with in Q2 and Q3. And then try and keep 2 sets of new softs for the race, just in case. Yeah, let's see how we do.
Ready to check?
Trying to find some clear air. I don't really want to go now, but I might have to. Yeah, let's go now. Would normally have waited till the end of the session, but I just don't know if these mediums are going to have the required pace to get us through. They should do. The field is definitely close at this circuit, and I don't want to just gamble and leave it to chance and get knocked out, or at least lose one car in Q3 at the end of Q1. So yeah, we will try and leave ourselves a little window of time to throw on some softs if we need to, or if we make a mistake on this run, which again is also possible. That was my ankle. So, no cars coming out the pits in front of us. That is good. We do have Hamilton on a cool-down lap, on an in lap in front of us. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue. We are catching him very quickly. Just got this horrible feeling he's going to get in the way at the end of this straight. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be okay. Whew. I was actually starting to get a little worried there, but we did find a nice little pocket of clean air. So, what pace have we got on mediums? 10th and, well, 9th and 11th. Is that going to be enough? I don't know if that's going to be enough. We're only 4/10 off Bottas, and I don't know if that's enough. Oh, this is nervous. Norris is going to improve, and Gasly is going to improve on in terms of going above us, I would imagine. Both of them are on track right now. It's ready a set of softs just in case. I've just put the same tyres back on again. There we go. So Norris goes 8th, and he's less than 3/10 off, and he's in 8th. Is Freddie going to be safe? Gasly's going to go faster than us, I think. Oh, he goes between us. Oh, I knew he'd be faster than Vesti. Is Vesti going to be safe? Do I risk it? Got to figure that Magnussen's going to improve. Maybe Vettel will improve. I think Ocon's going to improve. If all three of them improve, Vesti's out. I really don't want to run a set of softs. I really don't want to run a set of softs. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to stay in the pits. Oh, is this a huge mistake?
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Oh, Stroll's locked up. At turn 12. That's in front of the two Haas. I think. Or is that an Alpine? Yeah, that was Joe. Oh, Vesti's on the bubble already. Oh god, Ocon's going to knock me out. Schumacher's only 2/10 off. Oh man. The rest of the field improves like that. We're in real trouble. I expected Magnussen to improve. I did not expect Schumacher to improve. Here comes Ocon. He's going to knock us out, surely. Yep. Wow, look at that. Look how tight that was. I should have gone again, but I... Damn it. Alright, so we're one stopping with Vesti. It's all on Freddie. It's all on... it's all on Felipe. Oh man, that is bad. I should have gone out. I didn't expect to see that much of an improvement.
Green light, green light.
It's so hard to predict so far this season. Normally you get a really clear picture of what your pace is like against everyone else and where you can expect to qualify, and yeah, that was just not what I was expecting at all. Hoisted on my own petard. Foiled by my own hubris. Whatever you want to call it. Alright, everyone's piling out.
Someone's run wide.
Signs of a mistake on his hot lap. That's good. That means he's not going to improve. That means he's going to be out. Potentially. Depends how bad of a running wide it was. It might be one of those nothing corner cuts that doesn't really do anything to your lap time. But if it was turn 6, then he should have gone wide off the curve and lost a couple of tenths at least. Right. Can we get out of Q2? Maybe the 2-stop for Freddie is the right way to go, actually, thinking about it. Give him that extra grip to fight his way through. Get him out of the dirty air. What can Felipe do with soft tyres? Go 5th. Wow, Verstappen's got a nice healthy advantage over everyone else. Gearbox has lost another 1% already. Alright, let's do a scrub lap.
Radio check.
Get a sighter in. Hopefully we didn't get held at my Perez there, but I think we might have done. 1:14.9, that's not too bad. get a fresh set of softs ready for the end of the session. Oh man, look how close this top 10 is. I don't know if I've got enough time. I pressed the button and nothing happened. Oh, just crossed the line in time. That was close. Someone went wide.
Who's running wide there?
Norris. Norris is quick as well, so that will help slow him down. Yep. I can't believe how tight this top 10 is. Oh, Verstappen with a mighty lap. Look at that. Nearly half a second faster than everybody else. And we do improve to 4th. Okay. That's a huge advantage for Max over the rest of the field. You take Max out of this and everybody else is so close. I mean, we are in 4th. And look at that, it's less than 0.2 to 10th. It's just over 0.2 from 2nd to 10th. That's so tight. So tight.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
There was some good work from Aston Martin during the qualifying session, and they will go to the grid full of confidence. This hasn't been McLaren's weekend so far, and they'll probably be disappointed with their grid positions. But after the lights go out, they'll have every opportunity to move up the field. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
And seeing it all come together is sure to be a thrill. An exciting race ahead for us here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix.
So, strategy choices. What are we going to do? I'm going to one stop with Felipe. It's just a question of whether I start on the mediums or start on the hards. I think I'm going to start on the mediums. I look to go to lap 29, I think. Right. Let's look at doing that. For Freddy. Oh, didn't save it, damn it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so do I want to take fuel out? Not for this race. Still not sure exactly how fuel efficient this car is yet. And having the extra fuel to push might be useful. We definitely got some leeway with the tyres with a 2-stop, and we've certainly got leeway with tyres on the hards on the 1-stop. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. We are going to go aggressive off the line. Not going to burn the tyres completely, but we are going to push them a little bit. They're going to get an additional push just from the fuel burn as well, so don't want to overdo it and completely cook them. But yeah, let's hopefully hold on to 4th place with Felipe and see if we can't get Freddie up to at least towards the bottom of the points, if not actually into the points themselves.
We have beautiful blue skies overhead as the drivers line up on the grid.
Alright, Max has started on mediums as well. I made the right call with starting on the mediums.
A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalise on it? There's the second Aston Martin. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. Will their hard work pay off today? The crowd are on their feet in anticipation of this, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, we're going to get jumped by Perez. It's not a great start from us. Can we get that place back? I think we might possibly be able to.
Good job.
Oh man, look at this. Oh man, Sainz is only one place in front of us right now. Look how congested it is. There's just no space. Alright, we've got ahead of Sainz. That's good. That was important. We're not the only ones starting on soft back here by the look of it.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Doing a good job. Keep pushing.
No, don't step out. I haven't got the slipstream. There we go. Dive back in. I think it's time to just...
Yeah, take it easy. Okay, copy.
Tuck back in and just hold position.
You can use energy.
Alright, we're up the inside. Can we go around the outside? Need to get that move done. He's on hards. Got to get past him quick. Go on, dive round the outside. Round the outside. Nice. Gonna be out back. Oh, that's a lunge. There we go. Now we're pretty much out of battery. We're up to 12th. So that's a good start. Gained 4 places in the opening couple of laps.
DRS enabled.
I'll have DRS from next lap onwards. And hopefully Bottas can keep Verstappen at bay for a bit.
Okay, copy.
We're tucked in behind Gasly, who is quick. You can see we've definitely got more pace through that section there. Let's see if we can get him on the run down here.
So use energy if you need it.
Nope. Did I see the new features for F1 23? Yes. We're actually talking about that while we were running practice 1. Right, we are getting held up. We don't really have what we need right now. Let's see if we can jump him on the way up to the chicane.
Yeah, copy.
No. Maybe we can get him on the exit of the chicane. He goes defensive. Can we go around the outside? He's going to tuck in right in front of us, isn't he? And now the battery's empty. He does not get the DRS. Excellent, so we've got him here. And we're up to 11th. Verstappen's got through up front. Wow, the McLarens aren't doing all that well at the moment. 8th and 9th. Sainz still stuck down in 16th, where he's been since we overtook him. What tyres is he running? He's running mediums. Ah, the McLarens are running hards. That might be why they're not quite so quick. Got to make sure I get into the DRS zone, or else I'm going to get passed like I passed Gasly.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
Copy.
Yeah, young driver development definitely needed work. I'm glad they're going to be simulating F2 and F3 seasons in their entirety. I do like the fact that we'll also be able to sign contracts to start at the end of the season, rather than, you know, can only start immediately. I do like that as well. Arguably they should have patched that into this game, but at least it's coming.
Energy if you need it.
Okay, copy.
Older drivings will lose ratings. Yeah, it depends how it's implemented and whether it's generic across the board or if there will be outliers. You know, you look at drivers like Hamilton, who's in his late 30s. You look at Alonso, who's in his 40s. You know, those two are still just as sharp as ever. So it depends how they implement it, whether they just have a generic sweeping rule for every single driver, or if there are drivers that have different Different progression levels. So some might progress really quickly, really early, but fall away relatively early, or
Aston Martin with a great play
others
there.
might take a
They've
little
moved
longer
up a
to,
place.
you know, to develop, but will have a more sustained career, hold their level for longer. Maybe you get the odd exception here and there who just doesn't really degrade that much, if at all. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go about it. I think we went out the perks. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them more as characteristics or driver traits rather than just a perk, you know, that can be allocated to a driver. You know, you'd like to see someone who is just naturally good in the wet weather, for example, rather than someone who has, you know, who just gets an allocation of, you are now a wet weather genius. I mean, they've kind of got that with the adaptability rating in this, but
Your P2 currently.
yeah, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how they do implement some of this stuff that they've dropped. Oh wow, we're up to second. Nice. So we can comfortably hold off Russell, because he had to pull out of our DRS slipstream to overtake us, and we were nicely tucked up behind Bottas. So we got to charge up without and you know, attack that straight without using any battery, or any large amount of battery. We do need to get our way past these guys now, nice and quickly. So let's go into neutral, and let's see if we can find a way through. Let's get nice and close. We're going to have to get past Ricciardo before we can attack the McLarens. Ricciardo's on hards as well, I think.
So use energy.
Sorry.
So we just need to push now.
Okay, copy.
Go on, dive up the inside. Ah, coward. Ah, it's just too busy. Come on, here's a chance. Up the inside, up the inside. There we go. Now let's try and get the McLaren up the hill. Ah, we're just getting boxed in. There we go.
Looks like Aston Martin
Have a
have
lunge on
just
Norris
gained
into the
race position.
chicane. No. Running out of battery again. Got to get him quick.
We have low batteries.
Copy.
Alright, we're stuck there for now. Oh, we dropped down to 4th. But we are now fully charged.
Red Bull moved up.
So engrossed with what was going on with Freddie, I forgot to look at what was going on with Felipe.
Yeah, copy.
And he suffered as a result. We're not in too bad shape. We're 10th at the moment with Freddie. Obviously, we've got a two-stop strategy there. I know that some of the cars on the grid are also two-stopping. So Schumacher, Albon, and Zhou are definitely two-stopping. Don't know if anyone else is. Probably not. Some of those guys are on hards though. Some will go hard mediums and some will go hards for a long time and then go soft at the end. So yeah, we do have to be wary of that. Vesti's tyres are starting to drop. We might just have to stay tucked up. And speaking of tucking up, let's try just easing the pace a little bit. Perez goes very wide behind us there. You really hope they can add a season results script. Yeah, that needs to be a thing. It's such a simple thing to implement as well.
You can use energy.
Copy.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Someone locked up.
Car in the wall.
That's one of the Haas. It's Schumacher. Got a moth. Made its way into my room. This is what happens when you leave the windows open and the lights on. Oh, damn it, Ricardo got me.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
Push a bit more.
Oh, maybe we can get him back. Now my tyres are starting to drop. I do need to make sure I've got good battery. We are fighting with Perez right now. That's not good. Let's give us a little bit of a squirt as we've
Still a
dropped
lot
off
to
the
play for.
back.
Used energy. Yeah.
Red Bull gained a place.
Getting swamped by Leclerc all of a sudden. Oh man, look at this. It's really tight racing. Oh, I'm going to lose a position to the Ferrari. I'm just getting hemmed in behind the back of Perez. There we go. Perez can hem in the Ferrari for a bit.
This is good. Come on. This is good. Come on.
Every time we go to make a move, Perez just darts in front of us.
Aston
But he's
Martin
vulnerable
with a great
now.
play there. They've moved up a place.
You know, we have to go full attack. We've got to close that gap back up again.
Good job. No saving required. Yeah, love it.
Esti's dropping off the back again.
Looks like
Tyres
Aston
are wearing
Martin
out.
have just gained a race position.
All right, looks like we're back in range again. Esti's almost in range. I don't want to squirt the battery.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Perfect.
Just inject a little bit more fuel. Alright, looks like we've done enough. Just. Yeah, there we go, we're back in. New fastest lap for Felipe. Just calm his tyre wear down again. Had to use up a fair bit of battery to do that, but at least we're back in the chasing pack again.
Save fuel. Yeah, copy.
Lift and coast will help.
Yeah.
Right, did I just see some pit stops? Yeah, Albon and Joe are pitting already. Schumacher's already pitted as well because he went in the wall. I could convert this to a soft hard. Let's have a look at some different options. So if we were to go soft hard, I could possibly stretch to around lap 21. That would be 4 seconds quicker. I don't think I can stretch to a soft medium. Yeah, not unless I do a serious tyre conserving, and it's just going to be slow. So, I might go soft hard. And then if we get a late safety car, I'll still have a brand new set of softs to throw on at the end. Yeah, we're in a slipstream right now, so we can get pulled along at this pace for another few laps. We've got a full battery. Let's try and do that. It'll essentially be the same as doing a medium hard, but with a bit of an undercut. And the good thing is, Verstappen has not been able to sprint away. I mean, he was, what, nearly half a second faster in quali, but he hasn't been able to break away from anyone this race, which is good. Got a yellow flag in sector 1. Someone looking up behind us, I think.
Is that a lockup?
It was Vettel.
Here's the replay. Taking a look again, it involves Sebastian Vettel.
Oh, he nearly hit the
That's
back of that
last thing
AlphaTauri.
I
That was
wanted.
so close.
Loads of energy.
Okay, copy.
Alright, so Vesti is now fully charged for when he does make his stop. Want to get a little bit more battery into Freddy if we can. Oh, someone went wide. Oh, and look at that. 3 wide into Tosa. That is never a good idea.
Good.
Yep, lovely.
And because we were in charge mode, we did not capitalise on that at all, and instead we actually lost out. We got jumped by Perez.
Let's take a closer look. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
Yeah, if we'd been in deploy mode there, if I'd been paying attention, we could have actually jumped ahead of Russell there. That's what happens when you get distracted by the moth. Vesti's still pootling along quite nicely, still in the slipstream, still in the DRS train. Got him. Alright, I expect the rest of the Mothy family to start coming looking for him soon. Alright, can I not get dropped here? Please don't get dropped here. That'd be good. Okay, so that's about full charge. Because you usually cross the line with about 90% of battery. As Freddy has just demonstrated for us. So, let's just give a little squirt. There, we're boxing. There we go.
It's a box.
Copy, box.
I mean, actually, I could probably delay that for another lap. Just extend the stint slightly to give us a little bit more grip to play about with when we do box. You know, those hards won't have quite so long to run. We'll be a little bit more flexible as to where and when we can push those.
Safe fuel.
Yep.
Yeah, we're still tucked up quite nicely. Oh no, Felipe. He's done it in the same corner he did it twice in practice.
This was the Aston Martin. Oh, big lock up there.
Yeah, very big lockup. Now he's going to get jumped, potentially by the McLarens. I can't really push him now. I'm going to have to, really, I think. Don't want to, but I'm going to have to. So it looks like we're going to be boxing a little bit early with Felipe as well. I don't want to bring the McLarens along for the ride, so had to break that DRS toe to Hamilton. Which we've done. We've taken about half a second out of Ocon so far. Oh, hello. Someone ran wide.
We've just had a car
Vettel again. Doesn't help.
Copy.
I meant to extend that by another lap. Never mind. We are in. Decent stop. 2.6 seconds. Should get out ahead of Stroll, just. No, maybe not. He's going to get us. But we are ahead of Albon. Albon's 2 stopping, don't forget. And he's behind us. On mediums that have done a fair few laps already. Someone went wide.
Oh, did someone run wide?
Joe behind us. Again, doesn't help us. Felipe is out of battery. We've got the gap down to about 3 seconds, but Verstappen's back in front, so pace is now going to be a problem.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Right, we're going to have a hot lap here. Get clear of Stroll and try and swoop onto the back of Vettel. Come on, I'll make the move. There we go. Yeah, and we're just going to lose time to the front runners again because we're not in the DRS.
That's it.
It might have been better just to stay in position where we were. Too late now. Right, what kind of pace has Vesti got? As Bottas boxes. Interesting. Bottas, the first of the medium runners to box. That's early. Oh, and the rest of the field are coming in as well.
We're good to push.
No problem.
Vesti goes purple. Did a 1:17.6. That is 2.5 seconds faster than Verstappen's doing right now. Kind of got a box. Didn't really want to box this soon, but we kind of got to.
Box.
Given how far off the back of the field we are. And we know that they're boxing. Here we go, mad scramble for the pits. So Leclerc and Ocon are boxing, we're boxing. So we've got a chance to maybe get us a lap or two undercut on Verstappen, Perez and Russell. Oh, god damn it, I'm getting held in the pits. They need to do something about that in the next game because that really pisses me off. Well, we're almost in striking distance of Ocon now. Oh, we've got a car popped in between us. Was that?
Okay, so just
Yeah.
listen close.
That was Freddie. Freddie's snuck in ahead of Ocon, so Freddie's got an undercut. Freddie's back in play. Switching to the one stop was the right decision. I hope. He's 3 seconds off the back of Leclerc. I can't push him anymore. Plus, if I push him, that's just going to be counterintuitive to pushing Felipe to catch up to the back of him. Verstappen and Russell are both in. And Verstappen's getting held for Russell. Oh, that makes me happy. Perez goes another lap, so we've definitely got a chance to try and undercut Perez. Well, I say undercut, close the gap to Perez.
We just need to charge up.
Okay, copy.
3 seconds off the back of Verstappen, who came out behind Leclerc. Perez is doing 119s. Vesti did a 119 last lap. Perez is in. I don't think we're going to jump Perez. I think Perez is going to come out behind Verstappen. There we go. We've got Felipe in range.
Yeah, take it easy. Yeah, copy.
Perez gets out. Oh, he gets out ahead of everybody. Wow, he gets out ahead of Russell, Leclerc, Verstappen. Okay, he made that work. And he's now just a second and a half behind Bottas. Vettel's doing an excellent job as well, because he's holding up Russell, Leclerc and Verstappen, so we've got a slight chance to try and get on the back of them. I don't really have any battery to play about with, but Vettel's doing 120.3s. We did a slow lap last lap because we were charging up, so we're doing low 119s. So we're doing about a second a lap faster than Vettel at the moment. You can see the gap now down to 1.9 seconds. So we should hopefully be able to get onto the back of that group pretty quickly. On Vettel pits. Me and my big mouth. Oh dear. We've got the gap down to 1.3. Hopefully their squabbling will slow them down a bit. I've just got to try and hold position here against Ocon. Gap's up to 2 seconds because we didn't have the DRS. Ugh. I don't really have the battery. Come on. Squabble with each other and slow each other down, please. If we get a safety car, depending on when it drops, it could put McLaren in prime position to win this Grand Prix. Oh, Freddie. At least he didn't damage the underfloor. That's a prime corner for doing that.
He's gone wide.
Didn't lose a position. Really don't want to push Freddie because it's going to hurt his tyres that have already done more laps than the rest of the cars that we're chasing or fighting with. Ocon might get us here, and that's not necessarily a bad thing if it does happen, because it means I can swap Felipe and Freddie around. But nope, there we go. He holds the position. I don't want to do it. I might have to. But yeah, if we get a late safety car, it means we can jump in and put softs on, and we'll be very quick against the hard runners. But it will also be probably somewhere around the time that, yeah, if it's around lap 50-ish, that'll be when the McLarens are looking to box to go onto their softs, because they ain't one-stopping. They're one-stopping, but they're going to one-stop onto softs, I think. I don't think they're going to go to mediums. So it would put them in pole position to win the Grand Prix over us, because, you know, we'd be stopping at the same time as them, but they're several positions ahead of us. We're just not lapping fast enough, look. A 19.4, yeah, we're under pressure from behind, but it's not enough. I have to up the pace. I really didn't want to do it, but I've got no choice.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
If I can create a little bit of a gap to Ocon,
Copy.
it gives Felipe the chance to jump in between them. And then I can let Felipe go through, and then he can push to close the gap with his full battery, or fullish battery. I've got to get through here if I can.
We need to charge here.
Okay, copy.
No saving required.
Copy.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
Copy.
Energy if you need it.
Yeah, copy.
Alright, so the group ahead had caught Magnussen. Which has allowed us to close the gap. So if I'm going to get my two to swap position, I need to do it now. I was really hoping I could box him in.
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
Here we go, here's a chance. No, oh, why did you do that? Oh, why just swing back across like that? You were making the move. And that's the amount of battery. Again, useful battery anyway. Right, last chance. No, again, trying to go around the outside. You can't get the overtake done like that. Evening, Anthony. And now it's just going to be a straight pass for Rock On here. Alright, let's get both our drivers charging up. Off the back of Ocon. Maybe Ocon will have the pace to close the gap and we can just charge up in his wake.
Alpine just advanced.
So it's still all the way down in 15th. And Ocon, without being pressured from behind, has got the pace to close that gap. By the looks of things. Okay, so yeah, we'll just have to try and fight our way past him again. But at least we can make sure we're going to get our batteries fully charged. So. The wife sleeping and snoring on the sofa. Isn't that your job? No, you were snoring earlier. Okay. Sharing the workload. Alright, Ocon is not closing the gap. Off to Barmouth in Wales. I don't know Barmouth. What's there? Whereabouts is Barmouth? And don't say in Wales. That much we've already ascertained. Yeah, plenty of villagers. Shots fired.
Okay, energy's good.
Yeah. Got loads of energy.
Yeah, copy.
If you haven't seen Anthony, F1 Manager 23 was announced today. There is some information up on the f1manager.com website. Worth checking out. Ooh, hello. Yellow flag. It's Magnussen.
Was that a lock-up on the track? We can take a
Oh
look
no.
now.
Magnussen
Now
just
we
got held
see
up. It was a
Valtteri
Bottas
Bottas.
lockup.
They've locked up, but that could have been much worse. And that was a bitter blow for the team.
Nothing substantial, but there are some tweaks and some improvements.
So back off.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, come on, Freddie, get out of the way. God damn you. God damn it, I'm going to have to issue him the command to just tell him to get out of the way, which is going to slow him down. There we go. That's going to slow him down significantly, which I did not want to do, but he's already outside of DRS range, and because Felipe got it and he didn't. God damn. Screw it. This is my chance to close back up to Ocon. I've got to take it.
Happy to push.
Okay, copy.
So the leaders have almost been caught. They will be going on to softs and they'll be quick. I'm kind of wondering if I should do the same. We'll have to keep an eye on their pace when they do come out the pits. Ocon's through. That's not good. This was a race that had promise, and then Felipe did his usual lock-up and run wide, dropped off the back of the front group, and it's just been a bit of a shit show ever since.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Use energy.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, come on. Don't do this half-assed overtake bullshit. That's still a thing in the new game. Annoyingly. I mean, I know why it's in the game. It's a representation, a physical, you know, manifestation of the driver's overtaking equation. Overtaking equation as to whether or not he's going to successfully make the overtake or not. And if he fails that, you know, that roll, then he just moves halfway across and just sits there, which is just the most annoying thing to look at. It's so frustrating. And we are now just dropping all the way off the back of the group that we were hunting down because we've been stuck behind Magnussen. He's going to be diving into the pits very soon. But not soon enough, unfortunately. Ah, this race is screwed. We had a chance of points and it's gone. It's going to be another disappointment. The only thing that's going to save us now will be a safety car.
Energy's good.
Once again, our driver's inability to actually get the overtakes done when we need them to get them done, you know, when there's pressure to get them done, is what's killing us. We're now 4 seconds off the back of Ocon, who's himself is 2 seconds off the back of the cars in front because he got held up a bit. Hamilton boxes, which means Norris will box next lap. Ricciardo will probably box next lap. Magnussen might box this lap. I'm hoping he does. Get out the way. No, he's staying out. And we're not getting the overtake done again. Oh, this is maddening. Absolutely maddening. We're just bleeding time.
This is good, come on.
Screw it. We're not going to get anything out of this race as we are. So we've got to shake things up a bit. Yeah, and just hope that we get a safety car. If we get a safety car, then we are in excellent shape. But, you know, even if we get a retirement in front, it's not going to be enough to get us into points. You know, we've got to get to 6th. That's Verstappen. We don't have Verstappen's pace. Well, technically, we've got to get to Ocon. But, I mean, we can't even get past Magnussen at the moment. We're not going to have the pace or the grip left in the tyres to actually make that overtake. So we may as well shake things up. We'll go back to a 2-stop for Vesti.
And box.
Oh, and of course Magnussen boxes this lap. Well, we should hopefully be able to jump him in the pits. So the question now is, do I leave Hamilton? No, not Hamilton, sorry. Do I leave Felipe out? And just pray that I can hold position? Sainz is a buffer. I've got an outside chance if there's a retirement. Let's see, Ricciardo still needs to box. So that will put me in 7th. That'll put me 1 place off the points. I don't think I've got the pace to close down Ocon. But, I mean, if someone crashes, maybe? Alright, let's stick with that for now. There's Ricciardo going into the pits. So we'll jump Ricciardo. We are slightly quicker than Ocon. It's a big gap to pull down though, 5.5 seconds when we're only 0.3 a lap faster. That's a big gap to close. I don't keep doing this half-assed overtake shit. It's so infuriating.
So use energy if you need it.
Sorry.
Come on, you got all the grip in the world. Throw it up the inside and be done with it. Alright, so Vesti's 11 seconds off the back of Ricciardo, who will get held up by Tsunoda for a bit.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
I'm actually slower than Ocon on that lap.
No saving required.
No.
Ricciardo's passed Tsunoda already. That didn't take long. AI can make the overtakes. We can't. Our drivers just aren't good. They are distinctly average. They're still the lowest ranked drivers, or rated drivers on the grid. So, I do have to bear that in mind. We can make them fast, but, you know, it doesn't do anything for the rest of their stats. You know, their overtaking and defending and their adaptability. We are absolutely flying on this lap, though. This is why I'm holding out hope that we do get a safety car. Because we can bring Felipe in and really attack without losing too much track position.
We have low battery.
Yeah, copy.
Up in the same pace. We're a second a lap slower than Hamilton. And Vesti on a push lap was 2 seconds faster than us. But that's a push lap. If I box now, I'm going to end up behind Vesti. I'm probably going to end up behind Magnussen as well. Which means I'll be behind Vettel and Albon as well. I'll come out basically in 17th. So I can't box Felipe now until we get until we get a safety car. That's the only way I can box it now. We had a very small window where we could have gone for it and just see what happens, and that window's already slammed shut. And I'm not closing the gap. I need a retirement just to get a point. Russell and Perez fighting side by side. Mercedes are strong here, look. I mean, they're running first and third, but they're both up there. Look how tight this is. We may as well watch this because, you know, we're not doing anything in this race without help.
Some lift and coast will help that.
Copy.
Save fuel.
Copy.
Again, we're matching pace with Ocon. I mean, we're faster than Leclerc. That's because Leclerc's tucked up behind Verstappen and those two are slowing each other down. And again, we're only closing by a couple of tenths. It's certainly not going to close them up in time. If we had DRS with another driver, then we could use that to try and close up. Hamilton's now through past Sainz, so that's going to bring Hamilton, Sainz, Gasly and Norris charging onto the back of us, and potentially even Ricciardo as well before the end of the Grand Prix. So if we can squeeze a position, we've got a lot of faster cars behind us that are going to catch us up. So now we've got to try and hold those off as well. Vesti in 14th is still lapping 1.6 seconds faster than Tsunoda. That is pretty quick. So we should be on the back of him pretty soon. What are we doing in terms of pace against Ricciardo? We are 3 tenths faster than Ricciardo, but again, 3 tenths is not enough. But yeah, these last 2 races we've seen a real resurgence from Mercedes. They were quick at Melbourne and they're very quick here today as well. So we are going to have a multiple team battle for the Constructors' title. I'm not quite sure if we're going to be in that battle. Not so much down to the car, more down to our drivers, their inconsistency. This might well be our final season on challenge mode on F1. Well, it might be our final season on F1 22, Manager 22. Depending on when the next game is released, we might get a fourth season in, but I don't know. I mean, we'd be in good shape in season 4. Maybe we could change the point system this year. I don't know. We changed the point system the last 2 years in a row. We might not get points changes this year. And we are now losing time to Ocon. Vesti is almost on the back of Tsunoda, so let's jump to Vesti. Hamilton slowly closing in on the back of Djokovic as well. That gap's down to just over 4.3 seconds. It's 5.5 a few laps ago. We didn't quite get the DRS this lap, but it means I can put him into harvest mode and then we should be able to use the DRS next turn. next time around. I don't think Bestie's going to... Oh, Felipe. Oh, is this going to be our safety car? I doubt it. It's just going to be a yellow flag, isn't it?
Let's see what happened there. Let's have a look. This was the Aston Martin.
This season's going to be brutal. It's going to be absolutely brutal. I mean, the new regulations we've imposed on ourselves, combined with the fact that only the top 6 places are scoring points, is just going to make this so brutal. We can't really develop the car as well as I'd like to this season because of those rules and changes. And as I say, the fact that only 6 places score points this year means any mistake like that and we're out the points and probably not getting back in it, because it is a very tight competitive grid this year. I mean, we're sure as shit not getting points today. This is going to be we might not even last the whole season. We might get fired if we continue to have races like this. So we're all the way down to 17th.
Play there. They've moved up a place.
We're not going to get lapped. I'm not in any danger of that. Vesti has passed Sonoda. We may as well set the fastest lap with Felipe. If he locks up again, no, he will retire because he's got chassis damage now. So if he locks up into Tosa again, that'll be a retirement. Also, what's that done to his power unit? It was already slightly low. Someone locked up. It doesn't look like it's done any damage to the car. Oh, it's Vettel again. It's never anyone that's useful for us.
We can push more.
You went AFK, didn't you? Damn you, Farah. Every time. Another lockup. That's behind us. That's one of the Williams. That doesn't help us.
I think there's been a lockup.
We're closing on Gasly. We might make the top 10 if we're lucky. But that doesn't mean shit. We're not getting anything for 10th. Other than a disapproving glance from the board members. Well, we were complaining that the series was a bit too easy and we wanted to make it harder. I think we've definitely made it harder.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Yeah.
1:15.8. No one's beaten that. So, let's go back to the front. These guys have just had the measure on Verstappen all race. He never had the chance to break away. They stayed with him the whole time, and they all managed to undercut him with the pits. And they've now got a 4-second gap to him and Leclerc, and Verstappen hasn't once really threatened to close the gap on these guys. Somehow Sainz has managed to get himself all the way up into 8th. We kind of did a roll swap with him. And we were running 4th. We actually had the lead at one point, but we were running comfortably in 4th. And it all fell apart once we had the lock-up. We don't have enough pace in the car, in clean air, to close back up if we drop off the pace, if we drop off the group. So we cannot afford to make mistakes, and unfortunately our drivers are going to make mistakes. I mean, Vesti's been fine, but we kind of fudged his strategy a bit in this race, and it didn't help him. And he did have the frustrating lack of overtaking prowess on display earlier. But apart from that, I mean, he's not had any real issues. He went wide once, and it didn't cost him anything. Didn't damage the car, didn't lose a position, maybe lost a tenth or two at most, a couple of tenths. He's driven relatively well, but he's just out of position. I mean, that's what happens when you start in the back, starting 16th. Someone's gone wide. Is it going to help us?
That sounds like someone's
No,
gone wide.
it's the answer. It's Stroll again. You've got 6 laps to go. I'm not going to push the car. I'm actually just going to back off the pace entirely.
Yeah, take it easy.
Yeah, copy. Drop back a bit.
Save some of the wear and tear. In fact, I might as well just go ahead and retire Felipe. "40 races left in the series at most." How do you mean 40 races? I mean, we're doing 3 races a week. We're only on the 2nd rotation at the moment. So race 4, 5 and 6 this week. Then we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We've got 6 more weeks of this series. I mean, I heard rumours that the game's going to come out in June. I doubt it. You know, I heard another rumour it's going to come out beginning of July. Again, I don't think it will. End of July, beginning of August is when I think it's going to come out, or but end of July to mid-August is my kind of window that I'm expecting it to come out. I saw someone else say it was going to come out in September. That's already been disproven by the fact it's a summer release. But yeah, I don't I don't think we're going to get a full fourth season. I don't even think we're going to get time for a fourth season. It all depends on when they do actually release it. Even on this low pace setting, I'm still half a second faster than Gasly. This is a race of what could have been.
So 4 more laps to go, 4 more laps.
But it's looking like George Russell's going to win the race at the moment. If he can hang on. Perez is going to find it hard to get past, especially considering he's going to be under a lot of pressure from Bottas. Leclerc's past Verstappen now, and they've closed the gap by a second. That's probably partially down to the infighting going on here and Leclerc getting a DRS overtake. That gap might well start to stretch again if Leclerc ends up squabbling with Verstappen. Oh, Perez makes the move and he makes it look easy. Wow. Norris and Hamilton's tyres have gone. They are no longer closing in. So yeah, the strategy hasn't really worked for them, but they haven't really gained anything. They haven't lost anything. I don't think they started that great. So have they actually gained any places, or have they lost any places? Lando's gained a place and Lewis has lost. So they've swapped places basically. That's it. But they're still outside the points. So no points for McLaren this race, unless something happens up front. Oh, can you imagine if Bottas just locks it now and wipes out the front three? Oh, speaking of, I completely missed it. Something happened to Leclerc. I missed the notification. It must have happened while I was looking at the grid order. Oh no, wait, no. I was looking at that and thinking he dropped like 4 seconds back. No, it's just a case of Ocon has fought his way to the front of that little battle. Three-way fight. We were on the back of Ocon at one point, and then we couldn't get past Magnussen, and then we locked up, and yeah, it was just... that could have been us. We could have been in that fight. Hell, if we hadn't binned it early in the season, early in the race, we could be in that fight right there.
I think someone's run wide.
Sainz makes a mess. Let's at least give Vesti a chance of getting past Gasly.
Yeah, Robbie.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Robbie.
You can use energy.
Robbie.
Russell retakes the lead. Can he hold off Perez? We just missed out on the DRS. Oh no, we got it. Nice.
So this is last lap. This is last lap.
Swoop around the outside. There we go. So we at least gained another place for Freddie. Not to 11th from 16th. That's not bad, gaining 5 places across the race. Could have been more. Should have been more. Russell is going to win the Grand Prix. There we go. Russell wins from Perez and Bottas. Verstappen manages to get back up into 4th. Then it's Ocon and Leclerc, and that is your top 6. They are your point scorers for this Grand Prix. The McLarens cross the line in sequence. No points for them. Then Ricciardo, Sainz, and there is Bestie down at 11th. Very tough race. So a very anticlimactic end to the race there.
What an incredible outcome! For
Yeah.
Aston Martin.
Not great. What an incredible outcome, says Crofty. Yeah, I don't think so. We gained 5 places from where we started, but yeah, it was just a race of Felipe making mistakes that we can't afford him to make. So we just saved a little bit of wear on the car and retired him because he wasn't going to do anything from 17th. Might have caught and passed Vettel, and that would have been it. Good race for George, gaining 2 places. Good race for Sergio, gaining 3 places. And Ocon had a good race as well. But yeah, what's that going to do to the championships? Let's take a look. Max continues to lead the championship. He loses a point of his lead, so it's just a 3-point lead now over both his teammate and Bottas. Bottas and Perez both jumping places. Norris fails to pick up points after winning. After his podium last time out. Sees him stay on 13 points. Russell now jumps up to 5th ahead of Freddie, who once again he won the opening race of the season and hasn't finished in the points since. Felipe finished in 2nd in the first race and then got a couple of points in Jeddah and hasn't finished in the points since. So, yeah, it's not been good. It's not been good. If we look at the constructors, Red Bull being hunted down by Mercedes. That's 2 strong races in a row for Mercedes. They won with Bottas last time out, and then this time out they win with George, and they get some more points with Bottas in 3rd place as well. So strong weekend for them. The gap's down to just 7 points to Red Bull now. McLaren and Aston Martin, no scoring. We stay where we were in relation to each other, but Mercedes jumped the pair of us. Ferrari do get a point. They're now half of our points, and Alpine get themselves off the mark. But yeah, it's already shaping up to be a battle between maybe these 2 teams. We'll have to see how the rest of the season progresses. Still a long way to go, but we can't afford many more races like that if we want to have any chance of competing. An exceptional race for Freddie. Yeah, I wouldn't say exceptional, but certainly an impressive race, I would say. I mean, some failed overtakes frustrated the hell out of me at one point, but he kept it on the tarmac for the most part. He just had that little one trip wide. Got some good points in terms of experience. Gets the development point. A good race for Felipe. I wouldn't say that. I would say it was a poor race for Felipe. Had great position and threw it away, and then was in an okay position and threw that away as well. So yeah, not great. But we do get some experience onto Isaac as well. I can't sack him, Anthony. It's against the rules of the challenge. So we're stuck with him, but we lost a ton of money from the sponsors there because I screwed up in qualifying and couldn't even get Freddie out of Q1. Not great. Right, let's give Freddie another point. I'm going to improve his braking again. It seems to be what we need to do. I think we have to start working on Felipe's braking as well, because he's making too many mistakes under braking. Let's improve Isaac's braking as well. We're 11 days out from Miami. Do we have a new part for Miami? Yes, we've got a new chassis. That'll help. Okay. How's our pit crew looking? Not too bad. I want to get the front jacks up a bit more before I take them off that. We need a lot of money to upgrade that. Was it 32 mil? 32 mil, yeah. So we're a little way off that yet. Let's check our other facilities. Race sim hasn't broken yet, but it's close. Boardroom is going to break before the next Grand Prix, I would imagine. Okay, what did the board say? Yeah, disappointed. Yeah, me too. But they're still happy. They're not delighted anymore. They're only happy. Yeah, we had a rough race in Melbourne and a bad race here, and that has knocked them down a bit. Yes, a very difficult race. Alright, let's get this new chassis onto the car. There's the boardroom braking. Let's give them a refurb. We've got to keep the board sweet, because otherwise we are going to get sacked if results keep going the way they're going. Chassis. We need to replace the chassis. Well, we're about to get a new one. But we also need another underfloor. And we need some more front wings. So we need a few things. Right, let's start with the underfloor. How long till we get our new underfloor? 74 days. It's a long way off. So yeah, let's go ahead and manufacture a new underfloor. That'll be ready in 6 days. That'll be ready as a spare in time for Miami. That's good. New chassis isn't quite ready yet. How long we got to wait? A day. Front wings. New front wings are not coming at the moment. We're waiting for the next ATR period. When is the next ATR period? Okay, so very, very close. So we'll be able to start a new rear wing when the chassis drops. That was the plan, was to get a rear wing in place to try and improve our speeds and try and get that in time for France if we can. That's when the underfloor is going to drop, so we'll see if we can get the rear wing to drop around the same sort of time. Have a nice little upgrade package for the car as opposed to just one part. So let's go ahead and add a couple of front wings, because we're not going to be making any new front wings for a little while, or designing any new front wings. Let's go ahead and let's see that we've got one spare, so that's 2 spares. Yeah, let's go with 3 spares. There we go. Let's get that chassis. Is this going to be a useful improvement? How many engineers do I have available? 4. Okay. Or 5. It might be 5 actually. Let's see. Manufacture chassis. New chassis is going to give us a bit of a boost to quite a few different things. Certainly going to give us a nice little boost to our engine cooling, which is important. It's going to give us a little speed boost. It's going to improve our dirty air performance in low speed cornering. Excellent, because we need that, especially with Monaco coming up soon. Yeah, we need to be able to get good performance out of the low speed corners in the dirty air. Barcelona as well. We need that for the chicane at the end of the lap. You can lose three tenths easy and drop out of DRS range from being in DRS range, just accelerating out into the final corner from that chicane. It's brutal if you've got really poor dirty air cornering in low speed performance. So we're going to have to emergency 2 of these and then rush 1 as a spare. So let's go ahead and emergency 2, and then let's rush 1. Actually, yeah, we'll just rush 1 as a spare part. There we go. Let's get that fitted on the car. There we go. Chassis design complete. New ATR period starts today. Let's go ahead and design that rear wing. So this is going to be our major rear wing upgrade for the season. So the only major upgrades we're going to have left now are front wing, side pods and suspension. We will still have some minor upgrades available to us, but yeah, this is limiting us in terms of development going forward a little bit. Right, let's see. Drag reduction. Yes, we want to improve drag reduction. Airflow sensitivity. That's going to improve our dirty air performance against our normal clean air cornering. We do definitely need to improve that. Let's improve the DRS. I need to really work on improving low speed if I can. Maybe dial that back a touch. We're quick in the DRS. We're very quick in the DRS, but let's see. That's going to take 70 days. France is in 80 days. We've got engineers to throw on that as well. So let's see. We can get that to 50 days. 50 days. We'll get it in time for Silverstone. Oh, that will be big. That would be very good if we can get it for Silverstone. Let's see, what more can I do to tweak this? I mean, I could just whack those up a bit more. It will take a bit more drag, put a bit more drag on the car, which I'm a little loath to do. Don't really want to take any more performance off, but might need to. I do want to try and get, there we go, a little bit of that top speed back. That's still going to take 50 days. Okay, there we go. That is our major rear wing for the season. So let's go ahead and accelerate time to race day, because it's only 3 days away. There's our spare underfloor, spare chassis, and the board still have high confidence in our leadership, which is good stuff. Good. Alright, so this is where we are at the moment. Let's see if that changes going into the Grand Prix itself. That's our spare front wings. So, a little bit of an improvement to our acceleration. We were 9th and 9th, we're now 9th and 7th. That's good. The gains we made on the dirty air cornering have already been wiped out, as have has our advantage on the medium has been downgraded slightly. That isn't amazing. Brake cooling has taken a hit compared to the rest of the grid. We were 5th in the previous race, now we're 9th. And engine cooling has improved. It was 15th in the previous race, now it's 11th, so that has definitely picked up. It's not bad. We're kind of where we are, unfortunately, until those big upgrades come. So we're looking at the suspension, which will improve our brakes and hopefully our cornering again in 13 days. So that'll be, it won't be in time for Spain, I don't think. Oh no, we will. We'll get that just before the Spanish Grand Prix at Barcelona. And then we'll look at maybe doing some research, possibly, or maybe doing another minor part. We'll have, what we've got left now is, in terms of chassis, we've got 2 minor chassis left, this upgrades this season. We've got 1 major and 2 minor front wings. We've now got 2 minor rear wings, 1 major and 2 minor side pods, 2 minor floors, and 1 major and 1 minor suspension left. That's it in terms of upgrades that we can apply to the car for the rest of the year. We can still do research, but yeah. I think we're going to be kind of treading water and just on the edge of the points and maybe sneaking points here and there, but not really challenging for wins until we get to Silverstone and get that rear wing. And then it all depends as well as to how much the other teams have upgraded their cars as well. So the gains that we're seeing on paper as to where we're going to be on the grid now compared to at Silverstone will change drastically by the time we actually get to Silverstone, because those theoretical gains will then have to be put against all the theoretical and practical gains that the rest of the grid has also applied to their cars. So we might not see the big jump in performance that we're hoping we're going to see, but we should see a jump in performance of some description, which we'll definitely need if we want to be competitive at Silverstone. So that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. Very disappointing evening in terms of our performance. Let's go ahead and do that breaking point now before I forget. But tomorrow we're going to Miami. It's another weird circuit. We're going to have potential struggles hanging on to the DRS on that back straight, going through the squiggly Mickey Mouse section, because it's all low speed, and yeah, we're average, distinctly average in low speed dirty air performance. So it's entirely possible that we might not have the acceleration we need coming out of that corner to actually stay in the DRS zone before the DRS activation line. If that is the case, then we're going to be in real trouble. If we can keep that, we'll be good everywhere else on the track. So yeah, the Mickey Mouse section leading into the long back straight, and then the first turn, or the hairpin at the end of that long straight, those are going to be the worst places on the circuit for us. Everywhere else we should be pretty good. We've got decent speed, we've got very good medium and high speed cornering performance. It's all down to that low speed performance, I think, and whether our drivers can keep it out the wall. So join me tomorrow to see whether or not we can actually squeeze some points out of Miami, or if we're going to have another race like tonight. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.